when you look at, for example, like hedge fund managers and how the industry's become so perfectly competitive. If, for example, a hedge fund manager, say, at $500 million because they've had a good 3 to 5 year track, and they're going to want to get over the billion and build more and more infrastructure, their pitch is often a 200-page investment process, because that's what investors want to hear. They want to know that every single detail has been thought of. No stone has left unturned. The investment process is really sophisticated. But then the returns in the hedge fund industry are not justified by the sophistication. And the last thing these guys want to hear is well, I can make 15% a year just punting, so give me $1 billion, right? And this is where, for example, like the retail traders who are smaller, if they can find that niche, for example, where they're not falling for the intellectual snobbery, but they're not punting, there's somewhere in between.
Right.
The opportunity lies there for them, right?
Yeah, I mean, you look back in the day, like when I started, since I didn't have really an investment background, I just consumed all the books I could read. And some really stuck to me, like for instance, like Peter Lynch. And his approach is completely different than what the guys are now. Back then he was, like you said, keeping it simple, hanging out at places, seeing what works, what makes everything tick. But now that wouldn't fly, because what are you going to say? Like, well, I think that, everybody's walking on an iPhone, so hey, maybe Apple stock is going to go up. That wouldn't fly, 10 years ago, unless you have, some huge booklet of everything and all these super smart, people with all this fancy degree. That's another thing. Now it's more about pedigree. And, what looks good on paper. Rather than your performance. So a fund would want to have an investment team that they can market as, okay, he's from this school, he's from that school, they have this degree, that degree. That is more important than how has he actually performed. And it's actually really sad for the investors who invest in the funds at the end of the day, because, they're getting shafted. Why? Just going to have a fancy looking investment team that everybody's all pretty.
So what looks good on paper could end up being toilet paper, essentially.
So now, and as a smaller investor, especially a retail investor, you don't have that hanging over your head.
Sure.
Right? That you have to impress people with your pedigrees and all this stuff. And it's at the end of the day, if you can make money, you can make money.
Sure.
And I mean, if somebody can make money, I don't care where they come from. It's great, right? Because it's hard.
Well, neither does the market.
Neither does the market. The market is very unforgiving. Like either you make or you lose. That's it. It doesn't matter like what your background is. So now, if you're going to work in industry now, it's kind of sad, but a lot of it is more about pedigree and what school you went to, rather than what you actually can do.
Sure.
So I think, all this said, I think the benefit is actually shifted a lot towards the retail investor.
Well, this is, I guess, what we brought you in for. So obviously, we hooked up in Los Angeles last year. We hit it off straight away, and I think we're on the same page. The need for a retail trader to learn how just to make money, and don't get caught up too much in the crazy detail that professional traders can potentially go into in the beginning, and just get to a point where you understand financial markets and make money. So I think you coming in is really going to help retail traders in the Institute. This is obviously what you're going to focus on, helping these guys make money and get out of the blocks and get good. So it's been great to meet up in London. We've got pretty hectic schedule coming up. We've got a few dinners this week, and we've got the super conference on Saturday. And we're going to add, hopefully, a lot of value to retail traders. It's great to have you on board.
Yeah, thanks. I think it's. I'm excited about it because I think I have value to add, and I see the hunger in these retail guys. They want to learn. And you can't really just learn this like going on Google and trying to. You can learn some stuff there, but not the real deal. Like you need to be out there. You need to have somebody who's been there, done that. Been around the block a few times, I think. I think about it, it's like anything. I mean, you want to learn how to be a professional tennis player. You're not going to Google it, right?
Exactly.
You need a coach.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Cool, man. Great to have you on board.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to working together soon.
Yeah,
cool, man.
Great. Thank you.
Cool.